Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's Forte's Jets going up against Hyde's 49ers. With that, let's get out west to Santa Clara, where we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Colin Kaepernick will take the field for San Francisco. And the 49ers, interesting, they played in Florida in Week 12, so they stayed in Orlando for the week in the warm weather before going up to Chicago, and I guess that tactic didn't work.
Yeah, everyone talks about trying to train and prepare for weather. Some teams think it's a big deal. Other teams say forget it, just adjust to it. They didn't adjust very well. I mean, in that game, San Francisco and Chicago combined for 0 completions in the first quarter in the snow in Chicago.
Yeah, first time that that's happened since 1988. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Well, while the Niners might be 1-11, one thing I think they do have going for them, a good running game. And Hyde last week, 92 yards, but they're 4th in the NFL on the ground.
And that's supposed to be the strength of the San Francisco offense. When Chip Kelly is in charge, he wants to run the ball first and last. People don't get that out of him. They think he's much more of a high-flying, throw-the-ball guy. Not at all. He wants to run it, and Carlos Hyde is a good back for that. Attacks the line of scrimmage, attacks tacklers, and creates yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And here's the headshots for the offense, and Carlos Hyde, a talented back.
Has taken over as the lead runner. A terrific talent. Can batter you inside, but has more speed than what you expect to take it the distance.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. His throw incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's third down. And quickly, the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
David Harris is a playmaker at inside linebacker and also one of the most durable guys in the league.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Now this is Dewan Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That call was actually a linebacker's dream. A draw play when you're blitzing. Because they're trying to set up and fool you into thinking it's a pass. But because they're doing so, they're actually opening up a crease for you to get through and get to the ball carrier. An excellent play for the linebacker.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by their second-year quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's Bryce Petty.
Coming out of Baylor, running that up-tempo spread offense that he ran, he'd have to read a lot of defenses. Teams couldn't play too many against him, so he had to improve that when he got to the NFL. And one of the ways he did it, the Madden video game. He actually sat down with Madden and started to go over defensive fronts and coverages in order to improve.
Forte, the lone running back. He's going to get the football. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The tackle by Tremaine Brock. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Again they run. Again it's Forte. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Ahmad Brooks came out of the University of Virginia with speed as the #1 part of his game. But since then, he's gotten stronger at the point of attack.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on third down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing!
On first down, this is Forte. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Ahmad Brooks in on the stop. So to carry that time for Forte, a man who turned 30 last December, Charles.
And he wants to make sure we forget about that with his new team, the New York Jets. But we do know that 30 is the dreaded age for runners.
And Forte so experienced, more touches than anybody else in the NFL the last 8 years.
Here we go now. Good!
Here's Petty. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They go play action here on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 22 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a New York first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go.
Petty now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. On second down, Forte. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense. Still first down.
They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So 3rd and goal. The defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Man, a tough spot to drop that down here, 3rd and goal.
And so many times when you analyze a play like this, you talk about the people around him and maybe his focus was gone. Sometimes just simply him understanding how close he is to the end zone and a chance to score, and he tightens up and doesn't complete the play.
And Folk's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. She took the words right out of my mouth. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down, 8. Again, it's Hyde. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And Cap, of course, was a great baseball player, drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
They let that one go, didn't he? That was a catcher putting down the #1 signal for the fastball and turning it loose. It was needed in that situation, though. He had to throw a tight spiral and a hard one in order to get it in there for a completion.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Kaepernick to Hyde on the draw. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Carlos Hyde's a physical, tough runner. Had a few dings, but I don't think he should change a thing in terms of style. And I think that playing in Chip Kelly's offense gives him a chance to catch the ball more as well.
He can do both with him, Kenny, and he said he's excited to be in that Chip Kelly offense.
I think the versatility will really be to his liking.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Set. Green, 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. On the counter, Forte. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch. Forte, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. They'll set up a throw. Deep drop. And that is incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And it brings up fourth down. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They start the drive with Hyde. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They didn't. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. On second down, Hyde. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. They'll get the football here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jets take possession. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush. and down he goes. Gerald Hodges not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Here's Patty. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. The gun. They'll look to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. We focus our attention now on the Jets defense. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. First down, a run with Hyde. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They run it again with Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A big rush, and it's blocked. Jets come after him, and they get him. And they will wind up with a football here at the 22-yard line. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way. It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you. No. In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking. Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen. They stay on the ground. Forte again. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Petty now. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it. On now is Nick Folk in the field goal unit for the Jets. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Folk's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board. And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3. After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Jets defense, we watch them get set to go now. They got the stop last time that resulted in a punt, and then it resulted in 3 for their offense. And this is one time where the defense won't get credit for creating points, but that's exactly what they did. All right, forced them into a punt, turned it over to their offense, and guess what? Points went on the board. Points went on the board, 3 of them. Now they'll be looking for another stop. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. Surveying the field. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets. And now a first down following that long gain. On first down, Kaepernick. And incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target. And that'll bring up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. And McDonald here over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's third down. So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
And here's Phil Dawson now with a 49er field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Dawson's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So it's been a battle of field goals here early on. I guess if this were a soccer game, it'd be 2-1, but instead here it's now 6-3.
You mean if this were a football game? Give credit to both defenses, though. When push comes to shove here early, they've held the line. And neither of these offenses have been able to break through.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The drive begins with a run by Forte. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got time. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
Here's Petty. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route. Looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding time. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Here we go.
Petty now. He's got time in the pocket. And that is incomplete. Matt Forte, a great receiver out of the backfield, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. And there they bring pressure from the inside and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll run it now out of the the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down now after the pass completion.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw now on 1st down. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Here's Petty. Got an open man. It's a noon one. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3, 9, 2.
Petty now. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second down now after the incompletion. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw again. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
And Folk's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The 49ers are down right now, but they have to feel like they're still in it. The Jets have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Jets with the ball midway through 1. Anderson's the target on the quick pass, and it's going to end up going for a gain of 22. At the end of the first quarter, Hodges is going to push his way to the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. We go to the second quarter. Pass will be completed over the middle, and he'll be tackled at the 31-yard line. Jets line up at the 46. Lynch is able to zero in on the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 7. So that'll do it from our studios in Orlando for the second half kickoff. Let's get you back out west to Santa Clara and Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Forte, the lone running back. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Second down following the run. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Curley. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted. And that
left side here. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
To throw, Kaepernick. Smith catches left side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. spotted at the 14-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They start on the ground with Forte. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the 2nd level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Here's Petty. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it's a first down for the Jets. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Petty now. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Anoon with that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Forte. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Surveying the field. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. In the completion, nice throw, nice catch, but Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
On the ground, Forte. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Again, Forte. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa from 6 yards away. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Hey, 91! 91!
On first down, Kaepernick. He's got time. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. You know, it's kind of interesting, the fumble there for the Niners. Last year in 2015, fewest in the league lost, only 5 of them.
And had a record that would suggest that they had a bunch of them,
yeah.
right? So it's really counterintuitive when you think about it to only have 5 fumbles and really have the struggles they had during that season.
And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sets up the screen to Forte. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I keep hearing all this chatter about what Matt Forte is going to bring to an offense. Well, we know he can do a little bit of everything. He did that in Chicago. A little bit different than Chris Ivory, especially in catching the football.
And you reminded me of the stat from a couple years ago, 102 catches when he was in Chicago in 2014.
Look out, New York. This guy wearing Jets green and white, he's ready to go.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver from 21 yards away. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Nick Folk for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Complete to Quentin Patton. It's a pickup of 19. And it'll be first down 49ers.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe you just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And McDonald here over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Here's the option going right. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. So out now come the Jets. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll try to get the running game going with Forte. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A running play now for Forte. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And And the offense in that middle ground here on third down. 5 yards to go. Here's Petty. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Petty now. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 there. That's good for a Jets first down.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. They go back to the ground attack here. It's Forte. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Quentin Dial, he'll be credited with a tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. Forte, the lone running back. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. On the tackle there, Glenn Dorsey.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and get it with Forte. Room here to run. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Give. This is Forte. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Jets are going to have a first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go now. 3, 9, 2.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. He'll look to throw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
They'll try to run with Forte. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Matt Forte taking it in. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now Folk for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Spans 13 plays. And it's capped off by a Matt Forte touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Kaepernick now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. Finding time. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Quentin Patton, 45 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. You and I have seen some great catches throughout our days calling these games. A spectacular grab there, just a receiver making a wonderful play.
When there's a chance to get 6 points on the board, you see a little extra effort sometimes. A terrific layout to go get the football.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And that'll make this a 19-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49er defense now heading back out there. They struggled that last drive. They were kind of hit 2 ways, both with the run and the pass.
And I love how you brought hit into it, because a lot of defense coordinators like to show a little cut-up film the night before a game. They usually have some boxing in there, and it always shows the guy being the aggressor, the guy on his toes punching, not back on his heels taking punches, and that's where this defense was on the last possession.
They were on their heels. Will they be on their heels again? Let's see.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a run with Forte. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
For that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. Now a give running left is Forte. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. This is the running back, Powell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They'll give it up to Forte. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Again they run. Again it's Forte. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. And caught by Curley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One of the underappreciated aspects of great quarterbacks is their ability to sell fakes. And on draw plays, when they can sell the pass really hard to the defense and then hand it off, that's when that play's successful.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A couple of Jets there in on the stop. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Kaepernick looking to throw, 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Sean Drone, and now it's 4th down.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 15. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jets take possession. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, this is Forte. Whoosh. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Back to the ground on first, it's Forte. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
On second down, Forte. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Into the fourth quarter now. The offense has got to feel like they've imposed their will and kind of taken the life out of the defense. And you can see it from the perspective of the guy carrying the football. Those holes have to look huge. Similar to a great hitter, seeing a ball come into the plate and he's in the zone. The ball looks like a beach ball to him. He's just smacking it over the wall. Now what you're seeing is a runner whose eyes are wide open, and he's envisioning a goal line.
Hang on now. Green 39.
This is Forte. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They come up in an offset eye. Powell. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
This one complete, right side to McDonald. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Kaepernick now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, spinning away. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And this one is incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Now Kaepernick, gotta have this one. And able to find Curley. It's a gain of 9 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And just in general, like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for
the game even begins? So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with it?
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Long way to go on 3rd down. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. All right. And keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He's got time in the pocket. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Jets are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
New York set to take the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another run, this time Forte. Fighting through. And some room to work. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 34 yards. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.